Most of the things I make are a one-off, so I love being able to revisit a project. There's always things I'd do differently if I remade it, and that's what I'm doing today with the cat house. This one works well. In fact, it works too well. I made it for Clyde here, and he loves it. He's got a sister called Bonnie, and she wouldn't come anywhere near me. But as soon as I made it, both of them started using it. These are not my cats, by the way. These are the neighbours. Cats can be difficult, and you never know if they're actually going to use what you've built for them. But these two are straight in there. In fact, at points, both of them tried to get in there, but it was never designed for that. But that means I get to revisit the project and make a second cat house. Clyde just likes to sit out there for a bit and keep an eye on the alley to see when his mum gets home. Bonnie, though, she thinks she's a wild cat and actually ends up sleeping out there. So I've got some wants for the new cat house because it definitely needs to be a bit cosy if she's going to spend some serious time in it. So after looking at the first design, I can see a few things that need changing. First of all, the first one, I built it and then I folded up an old fleece to go in there for the cats to rest on. This time I've bought a cushion and I'm going to build it around that size. Second, because I'm actually spending some serious time out there, I want it more waterproof. So I'm going to put a lip on the front to stop rain getting in. And I'm also going to put a lip on the bottom that will keep all the cushions in there and protected. And I just want to make the thing look different. So instead of having the pitched roof we had before, we're going to go for a single sloping roof. We're going to kind of go for that mid-century cottage look. I already had a piece of wood left over from the last cat house build, and I've glued up a couple of more pieces and got them planed down. So I have the material, we've just got to get them cut to size. I got the shape of the last one by cutting 45-degree angles. I think I used the track saw last time. This time I'm going to try and do the same with the table saw. I'm going to use the mitre gauge put in backwards to make the cuts, making sure the fence is right out the way after the mistake I made the other week. I've got 3 bits cut to do the base of this, but for the roof I want to do a different angle. I'm changing it to 25 degrees and I get these bits cut. Right, I'm going to get this put together. So I'm going to start with the 2 joints that are at 45 degrees. So I'm going to get some glue on and then get it clamped up. For the top of this, at the 25-degree angle, I'm going to get some glue on and then get some screws to drive it into place. So that's the shape of the house together, but obviously it needs a front and a back. What I did last time was I used some 12mm plywood that worked well, and what I did is I cut a little rebate for it with the router. So I'm going to do the same again. the router leaves rounded off corners, obviously. So I'm just going to mark out where they need to be squared off and do that with a chisel. So now I need to get the ply cut to size, and what I can do is use the actual cat house as a template. So I'm going to lay it on top. Now I've got the rebate, so what I can do is actually get the rebate sat on the ply, and then I can get the pencil in on the rebate and trace it round. Right, to get this cut out then, I'm going to use the jigsaw. Now this needs an opening. What I did last time was I drew around this and then I cut down to the very bottom. But the change I want to make this time is leave a little lip. So I'm going to mark it out and then I'll have to drill in to start the cut. I'm going to start with the back panel. I'm going to get this into place and tacked down. I'm not going to stick on the front on yet because I want to apply some finish on the inside, so it's easier to do like this. So I'm going to apply the finish on the inside and the back of the front panel, and then I can get there installed. So I'm going to use some Baratine hard wax oil for this. The front now can go on and get tacked into place as well. I have three things I wanted to do different with this one, and the last one on the list was to have an overhang at the top. So I've cut a piece of wood the same profile as the roof. I'm just going to get it glued and clamped into place. I'm going to go round now with some wood filler and fill any little gaps, nail holes and screw holes, and leave this all to dry. Cat house number 1 and even my workshop is painted with this barn paint, so I'm a big fan of it, so I'm going to use it again on this. I'll put a link to it down below if you want to use it in the project. For the last job on this, I'm going to use another product I use all the time, and it's these plastic feet. I think they were great for projects like this going outdoors, because what it means is the wood is not going to ever sit in water. It's just going to raise up a little and sit on these little feet. So I put a link to these under the video as well as the paint if you want to check them out. Okay, that's it done. Let's take it outside. It's not a nice day out there today though. I'm thinking of having it up on the table because the cats quite like jumping up here. But I might move it down to where the cat house is at the moment so they can get used to it. There you go. It's a pretty horrible day out here. I wouldn't want to be out here, so I don't blame the cats for wanting to go inside. Anyway, I will keep you updated on whether they actually go in here and this works. So thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.